Have you ever wished you had a coworker who was just unbelievably fast? Someone who never makes mistakes and actually enjoys doing the most boring parts of your job? Well, today we're going to talk about how to make that happen. Let's dive into the pretty amazing world of robotic process automation, or as you'll hear it called, RPA. But first, before we can really appreciate the solution, we have to talk about the problem. And for so many of us, that problem is the daily grind. So let me introduce you to Jim. Jim's a super sharp accountant at a big company. He's great with numbers, loves the complex stuff, but a massive part of his day is spent on something, well, a little less exciting. Yep, his main task is copying and pasting, taking data from invoices, names, amounts, dates, and manually plugging it into a giant spreadsheet. It's tedious, it takes forever, and honestly, it's just asking for mistakes and total burnout. Sound familiar? So, as you can imagine, Jim started thinking, there has to be a better way. And that leads us right to the big question. What on earth is RPA? What if Jim didn't have to do any of that copy-pasting? What if a little piece of software, a bot, could log into the system, open up those invoices, grab the right info, and just put it in the spreadsheet for him? And that, right there, is the magic of RPA. We're not talking about a physical, walking, talking robot. Nope. It's smart software that's built to mimic what a human does on a computer, clicking, typing, opening apps to get those repetitive, rule-based jobs done. And this is a really important distinction because there are a lot of myths out there. RPA is all about software bots, not Hollywood-style robots. They don't think for themselves or make complex judgments. They just follow the rules you give them perfectly every single time. It's a tool, not a replacement for a human brain. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do you actually get one of these digital coworkers up and running? Well, it's not magic. It's a very clear, structured process. It really breaks down into 4 main phases. First, you plan. You figure out exactly which task, like Jim's invoicing nightmare, is perfect for automation. Then, you move into development, where you actually build the bot and teach it the workflow. After that, it's all about deployment and testing, to make sure it runs without any glitches. And finally, you just have to support and maintain it to keep everything running smoothly. All right, so we get what it is and how it's built. But what's the actual payoff here? Let's talk about the real-world impact, because this is where it gets exciting. First up, the money. According to NASSCOM, companies that use RPA can slash costs by up to 65%. That is a huge number. Then there's accuracy. A well-built bot doesn't get tired or have a bad day. It hits 100% accuracy. Think about that. It pretty much eliminates the risk that comes from simple human error. And finally, there's the speed. An RPA bot can get through work up to 10 times faster than a person can. It can run 24/7, no breaks needed. So yeah, it's cheaper, it's more accurate, and it's way faster. But the real win? It frees up people like Jim to focus on the stuff humans are actually great at: strategy, creative thinking, and solving complex problems. So it's really no surprise that this technology is popping up everywhere. We're seeing it in banking and finance, in IT, human resources for onboarding, insurance, sales, customer service, you name it. Basically, if an industry has repetitive, rules-based tasks, RPA is probably already there. And listen, this isn't just some abstract concept. It's a massive industry with some really powerful tools that companies are using as we speak. You've got some major players in this space. There's UiPath, which is famous for being super user-friendly with its drag-and-drop style. You've got Automation Anywhere, which is all about bank-level security. Each of these tools has its own special sauce, but the goal is always the same: make it easier for anyone to build these amazing software bots. And when we look to the future, the potential is just staggering. Research from McKinsey suggests that automating this kind of knowledge work could have an economic impact of somewhere between $5 and $7 trillion by 2025. This is not just a passing trend. It's a massive shift in how we work. Which kind of brings it all back to you, doesn't it? After seeing everything RPA can do, from helping out Jim to changing whole industries, it really makes you think. So forget about work for a minute. What's that one boring, repetitive task in your own life that you would just love to hand off to a digital assistant right this second?